Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Jaya Paramahamsa Paribhradavacharya Satara Sadasama Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Swami the Bhaktivinoda ki Jai All glories to the Asmal Lord All glories to the Asmal Lord All glories to the Asmal Lord Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Hare Krishna, Dayalu Nitai Prabhu, you can hear us?
Yes, very nicely.
Nice, okay, very good. So, okay, everything is working? It's working, huh? Okay, the class is, please start with your nectar speech.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Bol. So I'll just repeat Prabhupada's Jai Radha Madhav, just to get into that little consciousness. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Vihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari, Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yamunati Ravanachari. This is our original home description. So now, after Prabhupada's this thing, let's do Mangalacharan. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Panchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvisevicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So the topic was every town and village. So I just got this idea. There were some discussions going on between some senior devotees from different organizations, but they are very open-minded. They are good devotees. They've been with me. Some of them were with me in Bangalore when I was in 92, 93. So when we hear from different Prabhupada's quotes and Prabhupada's teachings, our thinking sometimes becomes very limited. And so this is there that everyone knows this famous quote, that or famous foretelling from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that this my name will be sung in every town and village, and this movement will continue for 10,000 years. And Mora Senapati Bhakta, my commander-in-chief, will come and he will take this all over the world. So now we saw that after this foretelling was done, then many years passed and nothing was there. Then gradually, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he introduced this literature, this Krishna conscious philosophy in the intellectual circles, and then they started accepting that this is not some beggar's profession, it is a very high philosophy. Then his book was there, and then how Prabhupada appeared, and all these things, you know. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, established his Gaudiya Matha, and then he told Prabhupada to preach in English language. So, especially those conversations where Prabhupada was in Allahabad, and he was Grasta that time, and he was running a business. And many times, so nearby, is that time Gaudiya Math had started another center. So the sannyasis were, most of the disciples were sannyasis and brahmacharis. So Bhakti Siddhanji. So Prabhupada would very rarely visit the center due to his business thing or whatever. So they would complain to Bhakti Siddhanji that he, Abhay is not, I don't know, at that time he was not formally initiated or maybe. So he's not visiting regularly and all that. So that time, Bhakti Siddhanji said that you just leave him alone. When the time will come, he will do everything. So, and then he told the same thing on Radhakund also, that you remain away. When I leave, there will get infighting, and you just, if you get some money, you print books, or you just preach in the English-speaking world, our Krishna conscious philosophy, and but to get to his heart, and he came to, and it was very. I heard some very, very surprising, not surprising though I knew it, but like Prabhupada is unlimited. So even after hearing for so many years, you find newer and newer things coming from Prabhupada actually. So there was one conversation I was hearing a few months back. Generally, when I go to take baths in the morning, I read that lecture tape. So the time is utilized before Mangala Arati. He was speaking, and devotees were asking, so Prabhupada, you have come here to give the message of Lord Chaitanya and deliver us. Prabhupada said, no, I have not come here to give the message of Lord Chaitanya. Neither I have come here to deliver you, and that is not my business. So people are very shocked actually. Why Prabhupada has come here? Pashyatya Deshatarine and Gauravani Vijarine. So, but before Pashyatya Deshatarine, there is Namaste Saraswati there. And that's what Prabhupada said. I have simply come here to execute the order of my Guru Maharaj. I have no business in. If he would have told me to go to jungle, I would have gone to jungle. He told me to go to New York, so I have come to New York. So then some devotee said, Prabhupada, but New York is also like jungle. It's like a forest only. We are all animals. No, you are not animals. Some good souls I picked up. I am not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I cannot preach to lions and not make them dance. So like that, the conversation is there. So then Prabhupada just picked up some few good souls, and they went there. And there's a famous TV show. I wanted to show that, but I could not get that video clip. So, but all of you must have seen that very old video clip where Prabhupada is having an interview with some people, and there's a person with some big side this thing, and here, and he's asking Prabhupada, so Swamiji, what is this Krishna consciousness movement in a nutshell? So said this Krishna consciousness movement is to awaken God consciousness in human beings. Animals, very to the point, it was a small interview, and Prabhupada explains in very, very simple lines, because human and animals cannot understand. So this Krishna movement cannot understand God, but human beings can. So Swamiji, you want me to say that, then how many followers you have? So Prabhupada said, dedicated life, 10,000, 5,000 or 10,000, all over the world, dedicated life. So I mean, that time, actually all over the world, practically all over the world, there are 5,000 or 10,000 dedicated devotees. Dedicated means they are full-time dedicated, and as well, they are not also so many so-called full-time dedicated, but they are full-time dedicated to my actually in this dress. dedicated to Prabhupada's instructions, Prabhupada's direct order, actually. Whatever he says, they are ready to do, just like missionaries. And there was one conversation also where Prabhupada, they are saying that Prabhupada, many people tell us that, are you lakhs of people actually? How many missionaries you are? Because wherever we go, everywhere there is Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada said, because we are the most missionary spirited people. So though we are so few, we are literally everywhere actually. So our sometimes we don't know what is our Krishna's plan of every town and village, but that much is sure that it will happen. But how it will happen, we can there may be many other viewpoints actually. Just like I will present a viewpoint from Prabhupada. Okay, can you show me that? Just like this, before that, let's take another example which is related to the previous lecture, yesterday's. That is not exactly connected to today, but it is supporting it actually, this example. So, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahikshuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadai. So, we have all heard this, that is a very important shloka, we must put it in our neck. And so, Trinadapi, so we have all heard. Trinadapi, that we must be humbler than the blade of grass. So we have some idea about it, and Prabhupada also told many places some definition. But I found one another very deeper definition of Trinadapi actually. So let me first make the session a little interactive. What does it exactly mean to feel? Prabhupada says that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that I am lower than the blade of grass. So I'll just put this as a question, or maybe why he felt lower than the blade of grass.
You can hear us?
Yes, now I can hear now.
Okay, Prabhuji. I was asking now, and we should, why we are so like grass. That means if we are not like this, then we cannot hear and not follow. Also, otherwise, if I am not like grass, then whatever you say, I say, okay, I have my own. I have my own plan. Maybe. So, someone else? Why we are lower than the grass?
To be unbiased. Prabhupada said today to be unbiased. If we are unbiased and non-sectarian and impartial, then that means that we love Krishna. But if we are not these things, we do not love Krishna. So
Can you hear what he said? Okay.
Yes.
So he said this is showing that we don't love Krishna. So if we have, like Mathurapati said, some different opinion, that means we are even biased against the spiritual master.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So yes, these are certainly some definitions that what it means to be Trinadapi, that is lower than the blade of grass. But I came across not recently only. I did not hear. I also did not know. So this definition, can you just show on the screen? Shyam Sundar, can you show on the screen that blade of grass? With Prabhupada's forever? Not this one. Not this one. Blade of grass, last photograph, no? I told. Not this one, the blade of grass, that photograph. Last message I gave you. आखिरी वाला जो message दिया था. Part 1, Part 2 के अलावा जो तीसरा वाला जो था, third one. I can speak that also, but because if you see with Prabhupada's photograph, I have tagged it with Prabhupada's photograph, and then small, it will be more relishable. So, another piece of nature, that's right. Yeah, this one. Here, So here Prabhupada is seen with devotees, and very interestingly there is a peacock feathers, they're considered auspicious. They used to fan Prabhupada with peacock feathers. So now Prabhupada is saying here that now this Trinadapi Sunichena, one may think, oh, it is artificial. One may think, oh, it is artificial to think that I am smaller than the grass in the street. So let us first analyze the first line. That somebody may think, oh, it is how I can think myself lower than the grass in the street. The grass is so thing, and I'm lower than that. So it may be a little artificial, but actually it is not artificial. Why it is not artificial? Now Prabhupada is explaining. It is actually the fact. It is actually the fact. Why? From the Padma Puran, Vedic literature, we understand that the form of the soul is 1/10,000th part of the upper portion of the hair. Keshagra Shatbhagasya. Now, how much small we are, just we can imagine only. So this point of view was very, very striking actually, that if one realizes self-realization, that a soul, just like sun has got, and Prabhupada said in another, then I searched that where else Prabhupada has talked about this. Then Prabhupada said another place, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he said, I am lower than the blade of grass, he actually meant that the soul is Keshagra Shatbhagasya. That I am, because I am so small in size actually. Now let us see in a more, so I mean to say that we may be thinking in a certain way, but there may be so many other ways, so we'll connect it to every town and village. So now, here sun is there. The sun has got so many unlimited number of rays coming out. Now each ray has got unlimited small rays made of unlimited small particles. Actually, it is not homogeneous, as we know. It is all heterogeneous. There's small particles very close together, and it looks like continuous. Similarly, Krishna is Surya Samaha. He is like the sun, and there is so much light coming, and from that light is made up of what? It is made of, there is unlimited number of rays coming out of light, and that is a spiritual light. This is an material example. So this is a material light. The spiritual light, and it is made up of small, the unlimited rays, and each ray is unlimited particles. And out of that, I am one of that particle. So if one considers his position like that, then he actually will become Tanadafi. It's a fact. It's a philosophical fact. That is why we say, I Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishme Bhavam Budhau. I am your servant. Somehow I have fallen. Please pick me up and place as a particle of dust on your lotus feet. So this gives another perspective, deeper perspective of Tanadapi. And similarly, this Sunichena, that humbler than the more tolerant, humbler than the blade of. Then another definition, Prabhupada. Another definition Prabhupada gives, which also is very, very interesting. Prabhupada said, actually, the person who is really humble is one who is convinced beyond doubt that other than Krishna, nobody can save me. Neither my gun, nor my house, nor my family, nor my wife. He is the most humble person. Then I was thinking how this definition can make one humble. So I thought, yes, it's so natural, because suppose my father is standing in front of me and he's so powerful. Everyone is dependent on him. Everyone is asking for help from him. And I'm his son, I'm so small. And in spite of that, I'm looking for help for somebody else. Not even a question of humility, it's a question of I'm disrespecting my father. He's saying, I'm standing in front of you, everyone is dependent on me, and I'm maintaining everyone, and you are my tiny son, and you are in front of me, you are depending on somebody else and asking for help. So person who's beyond doubt convinced, so though we see Prabhupada sitting like this and walking with the stick and rascal, but he's the most humble person. He's fully convinced that nobody can protect me other than Krishna. No one can protect me. So these kinds of things began. So now let us come to every town and village. So some people think that we will have a lot of temples all over the world, especially in India now. There is a very big this wrong direction. One place is called 50 crore temple. Now another one is building 100 crore temple. This is 30 crore temple. In Jaipur we have got Akshamad building 50 crore. ISKCON is launched 70 crore. Pune we have got 100 crore temple. Then we've got 1,000, 2,000 people. So now to do all this, they have to, even at one point, now so many people, Prime Minister, so many people coming. So now that they're tying up with the governments and so many organizations. So now they're forced to speak in the language of the society. They cannot, so the real seekers of spiritual truth, they are not, they're running away. They're not coming to that place because they cannot speak the truth because they have to be in good books of the society now. Because there is so much pressure of money, footfall, number of people, and maintaining the properties and all these things. So there was then I was thinking whether Prabhupada also mentioned something like that. Because so then I came across one conversation that Prabhupada is writing to Hamsuta Prabhu in 1975 that I am very afraid that we are growing so much. I am afraid that we are growing so much. It is better we remain a little small actually. Because if we grow like this, then we will become weaker.
Wow, this was unbelievable. So now I come to know that everyone can, if we put the link openly, that someone can do like this whenever they want, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to.
This is the problem with online. We need real temples, real people, real life. Because if someone comes like this,
Mine, what this was shock. What was going on now? This was unbelievable. I was thinking, what is going on? And this is a nightmare.
Nightmare. But maybe because now what we are going to discuss next, I think
we go on.
This is I think this is Krishna's arrangement because it's all Kali Yuga, so things are. So and Prabhupada says we not. Actually, what we are going to discuss next will really, I think this will help us to understand that. Now let's see. Okay, put the next point in that part.
So we need more and more Prabhupada.
Actually, this is what now we are going to discuss next. That how the real preaching will start. This is one dimension which we have understood. Prabhupada said that there will be war, as we all know. So many places Prabhupada talking about war. And sometimes devotees become too mental about it also. Oh, there's war, so we should, take measure, go there and die there. No, simply chant the Prabhupada. What the devotees will do when there is war. So the devotees will simply chant Hare Krishna. Then what about preaching? So Prabhupada said the real preaching will start after the war. So the real preaching will start after the war. And then, now let's see something which are very interesting, that our idea of every town and village may be different, but maybe, but Prabhupada has so many other perspectives, and where we will not have all this technology at all, and so we'll not have all these things also which just happened. So then how it will go every town and village? It will go, still it will go without this technology, without the complete disaster of the cities and complete disaster of this petrol, electricity finished. and still the movement is going every town and village. So for that, how things will happen, that also Prabhupada has already mentioned. It's not a question, Prabhupada many times says it is not a question of prediction. It is a question of common sense. Somebody may say, how you are predicting? But it's common sense, the way things are going on, how long will this civilization sustain, this model? Even now in Jaipur, where I'm sitting, it's become like Delhi is, everyone knows, like a fully crowded and you cannot live there actually. You cannot breathe even. And same thing is happening here now in Jaipur. We cannot even move in the city. There's so much traffic, so much pollution. And there's a city center now. I'm sitting here away from Krsna village, missing the village, but because of preaching, it's taking some austerity to be in the city. It's a very big austerity to be in the city actually, and remain in air-conditioned room. This is you have been to HKV, Hare Krishna village. So you show this. Do not print books. The heading is "Do not print books." Okay, before that, he picks that, put that in Prabhupada's photograph. Yeah. So this is a very beautiful photograph where in Vrindavan Prabhupada is bargaining with some sabjiwala, some vegetable vendor. Prabhupada is bargaining for vegetables like normally we do. And that time Vrindavan was like this. There were no buildings and there were all around some forests and like Khet. So Prabhupada is saying there is no need of printing books. My God, no need of printing books. So Prabhupada says, so everything will be nice, provided you become ideal. The first line is, everything will be nice, provided, so we just have to become ideal. That's all, first thing. How ideal? Simple, wherever we are, in whatever condition, grahite ko vanita ko sadari bolo. We rise early in the morning, take bath, attend Mangalarti, chant over 16 round, good 16 round, nicely hearing. If we are all with the devotees and very good, good proper step and hear nicely. Then go for darshanati, dress the deities, Abhishek, and then Guru Puja, and we all dance together and take prasadam. And then whole day we are working. And not just working. Mam Anusmar Yuddha Cha. Prabhupada said the real thing is Anusmar. Yuddha is secondary. We have to remember Krishna throughout the day, not just morning sadhana is over now, just busy. So there is one very nice statement that it is nice that you are absorbed in your service. But Prabhu, this do you know that it is also your service to be absorbed? It is very nice that you are absorbed whole day in doing something or other for Krishna. But it is your service to be absorbed in Krishna, Manusmar, that we are remembering Krishna always. So that way we become ideal, whole day we do like that, then evening again come back, and 24 hours we are thinking of Krishna. So live in community. So live in community. And produce your own food. That means simple living. A devotee cannot have a lavish lifestyle. In the name of preaching, he is using so many things, and nowadays we see devotees are doing. So even you can produce your own paper. You don't require printing of so many books. Now, first time Prabhupada said, 3 times he says in this small conversation. First time he says here, you don't require printing of so many books. If there is one book, others can imitate or copy. There is no need of printing. Formerly, they used to do that. Suppose you have prepared some small quantity of paper. So you can, if you want that book, you just copy another book. Bhagwan, by hand? Prabhupada, yes. There is no need of printing books. Now, this, when suppose the whole thing is finished, the printing machines are finished, the whole civilization is finished, how else you are going to do? Prabhupada said, yes, we will do like this. Bhagwan, some people would be engaged in copying books. Prabhupada, no, you engage yourself. If you engage yourself, why? If you want book, that book, you copy yourself. Why someone should be engaged for you? You have got enough time. You are not going to factory for 100 miles for your earning livelihood. You are on the local space. You have got enough time. You just take, copy, that's all. Minimize your unnecessary waste of time. So it's a totally a new thing we see. So the first thing is that devotees, ideal devotees who are actually following Prabhupada's instruction, Prabhupada says even we don't expect that whole world will become Krishna conscious. Even if 1% or even less than 1% of the world becomes Krishna conscious, then the whole face of the world will change. We cannot expect that the whole world will become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada says in one conversation, 1% or even less than 1%. So suppose there are devotees, like Balram Prabhu is there, suppose there are 10 Balram Prabhus, right? So they are going in 10 different countries. So 10 different towns, villages. So whoever will come in touch, because he knows the Prabhupada's original instruction, he's following himself, so it will spread. And if there are 5 Radhanath Maharaj, in 5 places, they will Sakalena Nashta, they will destroy whatever it is left of this knowledge. People who will come in contact, they will lose whatever bhakti they have. So, such devotees, we have to just preach, and some nice devotees who are actually understanding Prabhupada's instructions and following. They may be very few in number, they go here and there, and whoever will come in contact with them, even the whole village and people, they will spread. Suppose after some time, the city culture finishes, and how things will happen. So before that, so many devotees Krishna will train who know Prabhupada's original things, who understand, who can print, who have some stuff. They are living Prabhupada's instructions. So, like right now, you are in Turkey, you are in Germany, few devotees, 3, 4, 5. We are also very few here, actually. And you know, we are just 15, 20, 25 full-time dedicated. But I can say that one devotee is like one man army. Even Prabhupada's time, 5,000 only, whole world, 5,000. So this Chandra, one moon is so many stars. What light they can produce? So we like boiling the milk. That is for main focus. That is exactly what we should focus on. Let's make one nice, good devotee actually. Ourselves become, and then we. And how? Not at all difficult. Not at all. But it is very difficult to become a bad devotee. Actually, bad devotee is the wrong term. But devotee means good only. But so-called devotee, you can say. That is very difficult. Because to disobey and to manufacture some idea and to do something is very difficult. And to simply follow somebody saying something and you simply have to follow that, it is very easy actually. Why you simply put your mind? Like Prabhupada is explaining this Varnashram in one conversation. You see, there will be Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas will fight also. So and they will go kill and this, that. So devotees hearing, Americans. And so it's just all very new, Prabhupada, and very difficult. But why it is difficult? Suppose I am teaching how to mop. I am mopping, so you just mop like that. Is it difficult? No, Prabhupada, then it is not difficult. I have to simply do what you are saying. So actually, in Hindi Prabhupada said in one lecture, Jada ustadi mat karo. Don't try to become too intelligent. Just follow and be simple. And that is very easy actually. It is very easy. Actually, somehow I had gone through a lot of some problems with my health and so many things, some very heavy death-like experiences. And I found solace only that time in Prabhupada's voice actually. And so that made me, from last 25, 30 years, I did not heard any voice other than, at least in terms of lecture or Prabhupada's. So that just made me, otherwise I'm very, very, not at all matching with so many devotees I lived with, such nice, austere, Brahminical, but they're left behind. I mean, I can see that they are not at all developed at all. So many years they are even gone back actually. And I just stuck to the simple ABCD, that's rising early and doing this and whatever he has said, just follow actually. And we have created some devotees and in Varnashram college, though these things I cannot speak publicly recorded because it's against the law of India. So, but I can give a hint that we are, Prabhupada wanted such marriages, where early age. So now the government has made it even more this thing that 20, for girls it has become 22 years they cannot marry before law. So they are making them more prostitutes now. So, but somehow we have gone through secret some marriages like that. What Prabhupada wanted, ideal boy in Arunachal College, 1 or 2 only we have got, 2, 3. This thing. And I'm planning very soon, 1 or 2 years, to send them to, because boy is trained now. He's never seen outside this kind of life, city life. Neither has seen any kind of these things, and he's very happily placed. And now he knows that I have a, and the girl knows that my boy is there. They're all very right now. And we have find them kind of. Then now gradually they will this thing 1 or 2 years, and then send them. I'll send them to Mathravadi Prabhu, to Balaram Prabhu. These couples will go like Prabhupada sent, just 1 or 2, 3, 4 couples here and there, and they will. They are now fully equipped with Prabhupada's instruction. They can immediately distinguish between what is mundane, what is transcendental. They can immediately distinguish between a false person and a true person, full step, because they've read nicely and nobody can now deviate them. They're fully trained up. So such few people we have created. No use fighting out this big this thing structures, and all this is going to get spoiled out. And this is another. So every town and village means that even to 1%, few 100,000 devotees, 1,000 devotees maybe, total 1,000, even proper time. And 5,000 dedicated Prabhupada. All over the world, Hare Krishna was there. They were so surcharged with energy. Like this event which we are having, I'm really telling you. Today I am speaking here, only 15 days, 12 days are left. And the kind of event it has become, it's not just an event to show, big thing. It's actually the last 10 years of preaching in the villages. Thousands of people will take oath in front of Prabhupada's this thing. We are making a cutout around 11 feet high of Prabhupada, just like San Francisco. I saw that Rath Yatra, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cutout was there, where Rath Yatra was going on. So I thought, yes, we can do that. It is not unauthorized, because they must be doing somewhere worshipping, or they can keep it somewhere, or there it is not like bird sitting and passing stool, but we have made it Kapi Dhwaj and all that. So the focus goes even in Bapu's thing. So he'll be there in that, and then there'll be oath ceremony with 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 6 rounds, and then 1 initiation, and then Prabhupada Ashray program. Thousands of villagers they are going to take, who are doing now in every village. They are, Prabhupada says, now in 1 letter Prabhupada wrote to Mahatma Gandhi, and that time also he wrote, already in villages there are so many temples. Culture is already there. They already have land, they already have agriculture, they already have cows, they have temples of Sita Ram, Radha Krishna, they call them Thakurji. They already understand that this is God, these are demigods. Everything is there. You also talk of Ramdhuni, Mahatma. So why don't we simply have to introduce this actually? So what we have also done here, we have gone into some villages, and this culture was already there, but they have forgotten just little. We have to just tell them. And even in foreign countries also, because ultimately everyone is a soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So the vans used to go in deeper into villages, and they would talk to people, and the people would feel, oh, this is. So there were temples, and or there is some house or something, and already temples were there. They have started now worshipping. Now we have put Guru Parampara also there, and Tulsi Marani, and the Aarti they have started, and the Brahmin, local Brahmin, we say, you only take care. We are not going to interfere with it. They think that we'll take over or something. We're not taking over. They're just we are just facilitating. Now they're comfortable that we are going to take over or something. We're just trying to improve here, and you come here, you do your kirtan, we will come and sit down. And now gradually the whole culture is revived, and there's a temple of Radha Krishna already there. You know, there. So it's already hundreds of temples are there. Prabhupada's rights also. So just this Krishna mind, one person, one devotee is there, Vasudeva Krishna Prabhu. We have. He's very, very nice. Sadhu Purush actually. Very nice devotee. He, Aviram Prabhu, and 2, 3 nice brahmacharis like that. So he is very silent worker. He goes, last 10 years he's been going into different villages and silently working. And though they are not coming to our temple because they are a little far off, neither we are getting any monetary advantage from them. Neither we are getting any big following from them. But he said, Prabhu, I'm doing this. So, but they are chanting Hare Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is spreading. We are getting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's blessings. And otherwise, the mentality has become that if I am preaching to this person, what am I getting out from him? If I'm not getting anything for my money or manpower for my organization, why I should talk to him about Krishna? So, you make one devotee, he will go somewhere and he will spread. Why? He needs to belong to this or that. Actually. This is just a name, ISKCON. Prabhupada said ISKCON, ISKCON. I remember one very nice statement that shattered my. But people used to hear confuse me. ISKCON is Prabhupada's body, ISKCON is Prabhupada's body. Why you are leaving ISKCON? Many people had come to me. Many GVC also came to me. Actually, after this project became big. Earlier they were not bothering. I was small. Now I'm becoming big little externally. So they are coming actually. That why don't you become part of ISKCON, this, that, and ISKCON Prabhupada's body, you see this, that. So I said, you see the statement, one Gurukul Prabhupada is talking about. So they say, Prabhupada should be bring students somehow. In number, Prabhupada talks only of Gurukul, Prabhupada talks of number. I don't know why. But otherwise, Prabhupada never talks of number again. So he just says, nice quality. But for Gurukul, because I analyze that, because Gurukul means small children. So small children, anybody comes, he can be trained actually. He can be trained. So we can have hundreds. So we can combine maybe with Mantravati Prabhu with and send some nice children actually here. Very difficult to train because Gurukul means it's a very heavy project actually. Because so many challenges, especially if you want to run it the way Prabhupada wanted. So we have very few, 5, 10 now, earlier 20 were there, and again the parents withdraw immediately. They want this modern certification and all that. So, but if you get like this, Prabhupada said, bring at least 500, I want, at least 500. Prabhupada never talks of numbers. Here he talks of, I want 500. One devotee said, Prabhupada, we should bring from ISKCON, right? ISKCON or FISKCON, you bring students. The ISKCON or FISKCON, you bring students first. The idea, so small children, they are next generation, we can build up actually. So all focus on Grahasthas especially. Now we see the next slide where Prabhupada says, and how we produce children. If they are Grahasthas, this is the best service they can do. And otherwise we can send, and we have a Gurukul here, and train and then send to different parts. And then even 1 or 2 or 10, 15, 20, 30 also, they'll do a big army actually. So every town and village people think every town and village means, right? The war is there, what every town? Where are the devotees? The knowledge will be lost. Sakala nashta. No, knowledge will not be lost because there will be some devotees who are practicing the original instructions and they know the original instructions. They have those, some books are there, some instructions there, maybe handwritten, maybe something. And with that they will go. They will do. One Prabhupada said, I am one man, I came out. So one person I came out. There are many people like pure devotees in Vrindavan, but they are not coming out. So why don't you also do? I can do, why not you? Actually, we are also all pure devotees. Prabhupada says, all my disciples are pure devotees. Disciple means who is following his instructions, heart and soul. At least he is trying his best to follow. Trying his best to follow. He is also pure devotee. He will get all the blessings. And we are, if linked with the parampara, our parampara, we are linked with Prabhupada. Like I am also Prabhupada's disciple. You are also Prabhupada's disciple. We are helping each other to come closer to him. If I know something, I can tell you. If you know something, you can help me. Our current link is Prabhupada, so we get the blessings. And this shloka, api chet suduracharo bhaste ma manne bhat. And then the next one, name bhakta paneshati. These two shlokas are actually for full-time dedicated devotees. Prabhupada clearly mentions in many, many conversations. Ananya bhat. Those who have dedicated their life means they have no other work other than serving Krishna. They may be in householder dress, or they may be in this dress, or they may be in whatever. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Rai was a caste, he was working in government service. Even if some devotee is simply sitting in one place and doing nice sadhana and this thing, by his sadhana, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Guru, Prabhupada said, he was illiterate, he could not even sign. But Bhakti Siddhanta says, my preaching is because of him. Because his power, he's sitting one place and simply chanting. And because of chanting, the preaching is growing actually. So one place I'm sitting simply, and somebody is sitting, and somebody is doing. So I was today morning also, I was saying, some kids were coming here actually, and we are training them. very nice, small kids, chanting, dancing, chanting Hare Krishna, so natural for them actually, because they are not seen outside. So very natural for them. They don't know this big event and we are discussing this, that. They are contributing so much in our event because they are chanting Hare Krishna, because that we are getting some blessings of Krishna and we'll be able to glorify Prabhupada on that day and go through it actually, though we don't have any money. And somehow we have endeavored, launched this thing. Somehow it has happened. Only 15 days and is left. 15,000 people, how we'll handle, I don't know. 10, 15,000, I mean, it's like amazing. So many vans going here, there. But so this every town and village, we doesn't need to be thinking that we have to have 100 crore temples in all cities and we have to have millions of thousands of nonsense followers. Then only every town and village. Just create some nice souls, especially children. We focus very much, and they can next they grow up, because we have somehow come in contact a little late. So we have much garbage also. Right from childhood, we have done many things which keep bothering actually. Because to clean the mind, if you right from 5 years, suppose we were getting this opportunity, how much we would have got right now? Clear brain actually. So this focus on children and then make them married actually. That's another thing. Most of them will marry actually. And so unnecessarily trying to keep them brahmacharis and this thing, and then they indulge in secretly they indulge in all these. And very few, if they are actually fixed up, they can remain celibate. Otherwise, let them remain peaceful. Like Prabhupada said, my Guru Maharaj created so many sannyasis, but I have created one grahastha, and they are all over the world. I just sent one grahastha in England, and he literally conquered the whole England actually. And then George Harrison, one person came and he gave the whole thing actually. Okay. So this power of Guru Prabhupada will go on, and this external show, people will get bewildered. This is only for some time, this will remain, because untruth cannot remain for long. It will collapse. Truth will remain, ounce of purity, and this will, this is someone's view that how every town. Mr. Prabhupada even talking of don't print books, copy, take paper. Making paper is very simple. We have tried here, actually. And simply we can write on it. And then next we'll show that Haribol, Shamsundar, part 2. By the time we can talk part 2 or something. So I think certainly that whatever happened in between, it was bad for the devotee, but let's forget about it. It's all this Kali Yuga. Actually, I felt this. Whoever is trying to sincerely follow dharma, he will get a lot of obstacles. So Prabhupada says, save time, chant Hare Krishna. How will you become nice devotee? How will you become nice devotee? The whole day we are planning 20 crore, 30 crore, 50 crore temples and this, that. Running here, commission, targets for brahmacharis, this, that. Let's save time, chant Hare Krishna, go back to home. This is our idea. Instead of chanting 25 rounds, you chant 100 rounds. This is utilization of proper time. Instead of begetting cats and dogs, you just beget one child, one Krishna conscious child. This is the ideal life. What is the use of using sex life unnecessarily? Therefore, only for begetting nice child, one should have sex life. This is ideal life. Now that you use sex life, contraceptive method, this is all demonism. But they cannot do without it. Now, why they cannot do without it? Let's see how Prabhupada, every word has got so much meaning. Why? Because they have no other engagement. They have no other engagement actually. They do not know how nice Krishna is. Two things. They have no other engagement. They have nothing to do. And people don't know what to do. What is the aim of life? What to be done? So they have no other engagement. And they do not know that how nice Krishna is and how pleasurable it is to reciprocate with Krishna. Therefore, they go to this dog's pleasure, sex life on the street, and they're on the beach, that's all. They've been educated like dogs. We have to say, time, chant Hare Krishna, become nice, how nice. So we have got engagement, we have got Krishna, we have got simple living, And we spend our time in chanting more, hearing more, discussing more, like you are all doing. And actually, I'm saying, I'll tell you one thing very interesting. Like you are having this festival, we are having more physically present. We are around 200 devotees gathered from different places, and those who are strictly practicing, actually only those we had caught. So 200 devotees, big hall, 7 days, 8 days, this festival, every day prasadam, morning, afternoon, evening. Then because it's so hot, so AC, this thing, at least 6, 7, 8 lakh rupees of expenses. So there is one person here who, Om Prakash Modi, he for 10, 15 years, he has been in touch with Hare Krishna. So he knows all this, ISKCON, Akshapatra, this, that, everyone. So he gives to everyone, this little to everyone, actually. He is a big man. But he's pious, but somewhat of understanding. So he had conducted 7 days for us, 7 days for Akshapatra, and 7 days for ISKCON. All 3 are there in Jaipur. So he said, I will fund all the things. You just chant and just have this meeting, and all the money, all the prasadam, flowers, decoration, deities, this thing, I'll give the money. A very nice, you are doing very nice sessions. But actually happened was that 6, 7 days, first 7 days was Akshapatra. So they did for 2, 3 days, that also for few hours. After they could not sustain, because they have no taste in Krishna. So there's a better, and it got closed, and finally they're again on the fund collection. Then ISKCON also, after 1 or 2, 3 days, the whole day became 3 hours, and in 3 hours also some Gopi Bhav or something was being discussed, and few people came, and then again they also dismantled, and they were. So people cannot even sit down through a Bhagavatam class unless there is a comedian giving the class, actually. All comedians on the YouTube. So they cannot sit through one Bhagavatam class unless there is some comedian, actually. Prabhupada is giving, that's why they cannot hear Prabhupada lectures. They cannot even hear. They're not, because Prabhupada lectures are full of knowledge and renunciation and devotion and this thing. His voice, all his teaching. So we are so fortunate that we are hearing only Prabhupada, and like that only 100, 200, 500 gradually things, and we will go every time. And we'll combine, and we are having, somehow we have got, this meeting is also not just a coincidence. By Krishna's arrangement, we have, I have participated in this, and you are there, I am here. We'll meet again physically also, and we'll certainly create, becoming ideal more, and we'll go every town of the village, actually, and we will do. He means anybody who's following, he will do. Actually. Maybe 1, 2, 10, 15, doesn't matter. What is the use of these thousands of nonsense rascals? So now anybody wants to, next 3:30, we start 2 o'clock. So this is what I wanted to share, and if somebody wants to speak or comment or.
Can you?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
One moment.
Hare Krishna, Dayalu, my basis. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yesterday we were talking about some. We were talking about a different subject, and
Now for this topic.
yeah. For this topic only.
Yeah, this topic.
Oh, okay. No, but he was answering a question from Balaram Prabhu. Balaram Prabhu had said that there was some discussion about this, and he got cut off before he could give the answer. I wanted to hear what his answer was. Is it okay to ask this question now?
Yeah, sure.
Is it okay? It's okay. Okay. So, Balaram Prabhu had said that there was a discussion about this. Which that the material consciousness and the spiritual consciousness, and that like our eternal spiritual consciousness is in our soul and it's never contaminated, and then our material consciousness, like I don't know, my explanation for it was, from what I understood from Prabhupada, is it's the same consciousness and it becomes polluted at some point down the river, shall we say. And then he was saying, no, it is actually two different consciousness. So like that we actually have two consciousness, the material consciousness and the spiritual consciousness. And I was wondering which one is actually correct.
Okay. Actually, there is only one consciousness, just like there is only one energy of Krishna. Parasha Shakti Vivade Shruyate, Prabhupada said there is only one energy, but he can use it in different ways, like electrician. He can use the same electrical energy for heating and the same electrical energy for cooling. Similarly, Hare Krishna, actually this Hare and Krishna. Hare Krishna means the complete absolute truth. Hare means energy and Krishna means God. So there is nothing but God and his energy. So that is the whole truth. This Hare Krishna means the entire truth, absolute truth. Hare means energy, God means Krishna. And which energy? There is only one energy. But that one energy, Parasha Shakti Vividev Shruyate. It acts in different ways, actually, multifarious. Parasha Shakti Vividev Shruyate. Jnana Karma Bala Kriyacha, Swavavikicha. So sometimes when it acts according to our desire, then it acts like Mahamaya, then we come under this influence, it acts like Yogmaya, then it's Radharani, then we get whatever thought we are getting to serve Krishna, then we come under that influence, and the same energy is working like this, like Radharani, when we are getting thoughts of satisfying Krishna's senses. The same energy is working like Mahamaya, when we are getting thoughts or actions to satisfy our senses. But that energy is because of, not responsible for, it is because of our desire. It acts differently, actually. So similarly, there is only one consciousness, Krishna consciousness. But because we desire, we are free to desire. The only thing is desire. We can only desire and nothing else we can. So when we desire to Lord over, then immediately, like we say, Pachite, Krishna bhuliye jeev bhagavan chakra. Forgetting Krishna as soon as one desires to enjoy. Pachite maya khari, chapati dhare. Very just behind Krishna and Maya, it just captures. So this capturing presence, and he start dreaming. Actually, he start dreaming, and this and that and this and that. So that desire can be purified again by association of a pure devotee, and then his original consciousness, which is already there in him, will. Maybe I'm not perfect, so I feel the way to discuss it, I'm not having the exact lines in front of me. But if we have all the lines of Prabhupada, and if we read that line by line, word by word, again and again, then maybe we can go in more deeper.
Sure.
But it is something I can little bit.
Yeah. If you had any quotes you could share later with us in the group.
Yes, I certainly do that, because I have many quotes of Prabhupada. I made this thing, 5-6 quotes, simple quotes, maybe one paragraph each only. But every line also, we have to just read every word and every line again and again and again. So in that line, we read again second day, again third day, again fourth day. Then after 1 month again. So then, because now being on a material platform, we can only by material examples, we can, Prabhupada says that because till we are not on the spiritual platform, material examples are given like sun and all, which have their own limitations. So through material examples, you cannot understand fully the absolute truth, but you can just have an idea. That's all. But actually, you can understand when you actually come on the spiritual platform. So therefore that one keeps reading the words of a self-realized person who has actually seen the truth. Tattvadarshina, tadvati pranipatena upadeshanti. So he's giving upadesh, and we serve him also simultaneously. Pariprashnena and sevaya. Seva means how we serve him, that he wants that this Krishna consciousness to be given to others. So given to others does not mean like I just discussed, just creating some nonsense kind of thousands of nonsense followers. Just make some nice few devotees, actually also is good. And that's a byproduct. Actually, many people argued with me one thing, though I'm going little, that I think we have already answered. So we have to read, I'll share those quotes. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we'll read.
Prabhu, thank you. It was a very nice explanation. And yeah, there was another sort of a sub point to that. One thing that Balaram Prabhu had said to me was, because of this, he being two consciousness, he said that the soul does not actually, we don't actually experience the world. Like we're not actually really experiencing the material world. We're not really conscious of it. But if there's only one consciousness, that means we must be conscious of the dream, so to speak. We are actually really experiencing this world. It is true.
Just like if you mark that word, now I remember, like yesterday I was reading something from Prabhupada. So he was saying, there's one video and that is already there maybe in that video clip one was shared. Another video clip was there which even this video clip. The Prabhupada was saying that that by regulative principles, we become gradually when we become actually, we are trying to become Krishna conscious by regulative principles. And when we actually become Krishna conscious, then nothing else will remain, only Krishna consciousness will remain. There's one line like that. So, so we have to read through these words and lines again and again.
Yeah. So if I ask the question, is the soul in the spiritual world, even in its state, when it's naturally it's resting in the spiritual world, even if it's experiencing here, is it conscious? Is it directly is it experiencing this world, even though it's in the spirit? The soul is with God in the spiritual world.
No, those souls depend. The consciousness is like in the animals. This consciousness is completely sleeping, actually, totally sleeping. And more down the line, if you go to trees and all this, totally sleep, almost unconscious. But we come to human form, it is slightly this thing. And then Bhagavad Gita says that in human beings also there are three: embryo, and then fire in the smoke, and then the mirror. So embryo is like animal life or tamogun. So the consciousness is also very much covered actually. And then in the mirror, it's slightly we have to just, and then we see the face. And fire in the smoke is just Sattva. So human being, this can be, this consciousness can be revived actually.
So when you say very much covered, so does this mean that, like, when you say very much, it's not total? So that means the answer is possibly that the soul is experiencing the
it's completely sleeping, slowly completely sleeping in the other forms of life. The soul is sleeping, and that's why in human form, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jeev Jago, now you get up actually. I've got this medicine for you. You chant Hare Krishna and you get up, you wake up. So we can wake up in this form only.
Okay. Can you answer, like, are we experiencing the material world? Do we experience it? Are we conscious of it?
Are we conscious of this material world? Yeah, we are falsely, we are always conscious, but we are falsely conscious, and like we are, this thinking, feeling, willing is a symptom of consciousness. Intelligence is a symptom of consciousness. But when this consciousness is on the bodily platform, then we're thinking on eating, sleeping like animals, and then mental, and then intellectual, and then spiritual conscious platform. When we are thinking, feeling, willing, then we fully understand we are servant of Krishna. And so that time no desire remains to enjoy this world, because we are fully conscious of our natural position. So we are conscious, but we are falsely conscious. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. We become too conscious, false ego and real ego. But conscious we are always.
So yeah, like sorry, maybe it's very difficult to ask this, but it's like if we have an experience in the material world where we see something, or we feel some pain or something like that, does the soul actually experience that?
Very nice question. So exactly what that was, a small description. Prabhupada, I'll say that quote. Same thing one person is asking Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying, actually, there is somebody is saying that we have to tolerate. Prabhupada says, Matra Sparshastra, we have to tolerate. Then one person says, that is the consciousness feeling the pain and pleasure? Prabhupada said, no, it's illusion. But right now, it's illusion because consciousness cannot feel any pain and pleasure because of its identification with the body. He feels matra sparshastro. Sparshastro means, but a pure devotee is not identified actually. So because it does not identify, so it does not feel the pains and pleasures of this world. So just like Prabhupada gives an example of car, and he keeps giving that example and again and again. One thing, if you see through Prabhupada's thing, he takes one example and he gives again and again the same example because we are not so intelligent. So Prabhupada says at first you just keep understand one point. So he gives the example of car and he gives 3-4 times same example. Just like car is there, Prabhupada says. So because I have a car, so I have to use it. I know that now I need the car, I have to use it to reach my destination. So I have to take care of my car. But at the same time, I should not be identified with the car. So this is knowledge. Because I have the body, so I have to cover the body and I have to do this. But I am not identified with it because I have to use this body till I am there in service. So it's just like, again, Prabhupada says, just like car is there. So you take care and of the car.
You've muted. You've muted.
No, but you are not the car. So similarly, this consciousness does not feel any pain and pleasure, but still due to, even if you know, still there may be little pain and pleasure. Just like Arjuna after says, Arjuna says, okay, I understand that I am soul. And there is nothing happens to the soul and all these things. But still some little pain is there. So then Krishna says, yes, some little pain is there because of attachment. So that you tolerate. By doing that, you come to then completely you become decided. So first, even by this knowledge and this by practicing, we know, bro, at least we know that we are not. But because we have to utilize it, so we cover actually. So why I am eating, because I know that I have to, I am putting petrol in the car, I have to reach my destination. But I know very well that I cannot drink petrol, I have to eat chapati actually. This is not my food. I am not identified with it and at the same time I am using it. This is knowledge. Like that, there is some few lines. So I think the only way to go into deeper into the subject is to nothing, simple quotes of conversation of Prabhupada. We have to read and discuss also. Read and discuss amongst devotees.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to discuss this more with devotees. It's a nice point, and I guess we have all the time in the world, so we can discuss it another time. Maybe.
Because what take some Prabhupada and on the same conversation, there is one conversation. Take his lines actually, and then read each line, each word.
Yeah. Connection is good. So oh, sorry, Prabhu, you've come back. You've come back again. Yeah. We can hear you now, I think.
Okay, no.
Yeah, I just want to say, he was saying that the pains and pleasures are an illusion. But Prabhupada said one time that Krishna is so powerful that he created a real illusion. So my understanding is at the moment that we, like, it may be an illusion, but we are really experiencing it. We are really conscious of it.
Yes. Okay. Now I'll tell this again from Prabhupada only. Yes, Prabhupada, like he says here, that actually consciousness does not feel pain and pleasure. This is from one conversation. But another place, Prabhupada says, like you're dreaming.
Yeah.
When you're dreaming, there is a lion, he's running after you, you're running and this, that, and he catches your neck and you become so fearful. And suddenly you wake up Actually, there is no lion, there is no running, but there is perspiration. That experience is real, Prabhupada said. That experience is real. That mind is making you experience it actually.
Yeah.
That is what, otherwise, what is the, otherwise somebody will say, what is the, where is the misery? Why is the Acharya saying that you are in a miserable stage? You have to come out, you are suffering here. But what is the suffering if there is no suffering? There is suffering. There is experience of suffering, actually. There is experience. Mayavadis, they say like that. There is no suffering, actually. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. It's all Mithya. Like this is a very nice thing. They have got word jugglery too much. So one Mayavadi, he came to a king, he was a Vaishnava. So he said, okay, this, so everything is false. He said, yes, everything is false, Mithya. So he said, okay, to do one thing, this elephant is also false. He said, Gajo Mithya. Gajo means elephant. Gajo Mithya. He said, yes, Gajo Mithya. It is all, it is false. It is not existing at all. So then the king said, okay, you make this elephant run after this man. So the person, as soon as the elephant chased him, he started running. So then the king asked him, Gajo Mithya Kim Palayan? If the elephant is false, then why you are running? Kim Palayan? Then he said, Gajo Mithya Palayan Mithya. The elephant is false and my running is also false. So we are not like that. So we say, yes, there is experience of suffering, certainly. Otherwise, what is about these acharyas are coming and telling that you are suffering here, come out of this suffering.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your patience with that and seeing that through to the conclusions that you've come to. Thank you. That was very nice, Prabhu. I'll leave it to Mathurapati. He has another question for you now. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, this was nice. It was a dream. I remember also that Prabhupada said that there is a daydream and night dream. This I have, I say 10 times. Even we are lying in the bed, and then we forget our designation here. Oh, I am man. I am this. This is my mother. This is my father. And then we go in the next in the night dream, and there's actually no body. But there's some imagination body, and in this second, if we catch our consciousness, catch this imagination body, even we feel completely everything like nightmare or whatever. We can feel taste, form, everything, and then we wake up. Again, we are saying, this was only a dream. This is now my real life, but this is the daydream. It's also, it is longer, like the night dream. And everyone at the same time, we wake every day up in this same body. So therefore we are thinking this is the reality and the other is the dream. But Prabhupada said, this is dream, daydream, and the other is night dream. Now, my God, what kind of consciousness is that? Only this.
Yeah, but other way around, when we wake up, and we wake up, like Prabhupada says, as soon as you wake up, you chant, Vibhavari Sesha, Bolo Hari Hari Mukund Murari. So as soon as you, if you follow this simple instruction of Prabhupada, as soon as you wake up, you simply pray your obeisances to his spiritual master, Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtha Bhutale, and immediately chant Hari Hari Mukund Murari or Hare Krishna. Then immediately as you wake up, you are in reality. And even when you go to sleep, you read Krishna Bhava sleep, and you get dreams of Krishna, you are in reality. So you can be reality in night also and day also. So that is what Prabhupada is giving us, that instead of you become in reality, 24 hours be in reality.
Yes, yes. And some other question also. So now we, it is now for sure, I think, because we have sit together and not more than 1.5 years, we buy some land. It's now, Dina Varanga is taking everything on his, because he has a nice job, so we can put it on his name. And there's, and then we come all together, maybe 3 hectares at first. Let's say not so big, maybe not bigger like 3 hectares on him. So otherwise would be too much money. Even in Germany we are doing. And in our congregation, there's also one friend of me, and he's now very serious because he have a child also, and he want to now his child is in the kindergarten. But in Germany, the case is now, it's no joke, really. And there is now a new how to psychological and pedagogic, how to grow children. And this is built now on early sexualization. Even so, they have a dark room now in the kindergarten. They want to create a dark room that all children can touch the genitals of each other to make a sensibilization for, so to be a being of sex. So we are a sexualization people or something like that. And that's now really going on, because this my friend, even he was asking even the kindergarten leader. And she said, yeah, maybe you should go to the other leader, because she was in fear to explain the reality, what is going on now. It's a new program. And he's now shocked that this conspiracy theories now become reality, what they, how they want to grow the children. And now he said, because he have much money, he have also 3 own flats, and in Germany there's one flat much €500,000 or something. Like, and he want also to help us with the land and everything now, because he want to put his child in some other school actually. But I say, okay, that's the problem now in Germany. We have no Gurukul and nothing. So I was thinking how to help him also. That there's only one point what we can do in Germany actually, that we can abmelden. Was heißt abmelden?
Unregistered.
Maybe unregistered. So if your child is registered in Germany, then immediately the government comes and see if you don't put your child in the general school, and they say, oh, you are demoniac, we should take your child away and put it in some other family even maybe. There's a risk in Germany, very heavy. So you must put your child in this kindergarten to be spoiled completely forever maybe, and to the you cannot escape. But the only thing is also, well, maybe this also not to discuss here. Yeah, but now, but if someone lives in India now and with his child and registered in some other country, so and even if he stay here or something, then you can make homeschooling, and then even this child is no more in registration in Germany. So then we can register it in India or in Turkey or in whatever we know friends in some other countries, and then we can register, and then we can make like a Gurukul, but this is only an underground Gurukul actually then. So it's not in the public. Better not to speak completely now here. Yeah, that's the only way what we can do in Germany. But if it comes so that maybe one of us can maybe come to your place, and you can make a nice education program how to be a Gurukul teacher or something maybe. That would be also possible for the future, or not? Moment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Have you heard the last what I spoke?
Yes, that about teachers being training here, education.
How to teach it would be also possible that someone of us maybe come to your place, and I don't know, maybe 1 year or some months, I don't, and you can make a program how to be a Gurukul teacher maybe.
Okay, I'll share one website, bigvc.org, Bhaktivedanta International Gurukul and Varnashram College.org. And there's one PDF file, Back to Prabhupada's Gurukul. In that, almost 2-3 years I had spent just collecting quotes of Prabhupada from different books and conversations and this thing, and just compiling them question-wise, like what the teacher should do, how the subjects will be taught, like that, they are compiled under certain headings, just like the letters were generally written by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada wrote once that, why you're asking same question again and again? Why doesn't somebody compile?
You have everything on one book, I think, even the Guru.
Yeah. And they're compiled topic-wise.
This is good.
Yeah, it took me 2-3 years to do that actually. So I'll send you that. You can just get the whole thing there. Topic-wise, like first question that, okay, why should I send my child to Guru? So then Prabhupada is talking about many things, how this is slaughterhouses and how this is geared for central education. Then is he going to get, is the boys or girls? What about girls? Which age? Even the age, Gurukul, then when Varnashram college, what he'll do when he grows up, if he gets married. So I put these questions, and then in answer to that, I put Prabhupada's quotes actually. I organize them in such a way. And then almost everything, even the daily schedule, everything is answered. Morning, this time they should get up, then 20 minutes, they should get a break. Then no long classes. After that, they have playtime. And this much, if they're this much year, then they should be fed so many times. Every detail here discussed.
That's nice. Yeah, because then that if you have make so nice, taken so much strength to everything, find out. It's nice that we can buy your book even. And we have not more.
No, I just send you that. The PDF file is also, and it's available on the net also. I'll send the link. I just see whether it's in proper shape, and I'll send you the link. You can download it.
Nice.
And then obviously we can discuss also. That is certainly. And we have been trying to implement those instructions only, sir. And but actually those instructions are very easy. But because the whole society has changed, that is why it's very difficult. People's ideas of education have changed completely. So they don't want to train their children like this. Otherwise, it's very simple. So now ISKCON Vrindavan, they have literally closed down that Gurukul, which Prabhupada said, and they have opened a big slaughterhouse where...
big what?
Big slaughterhouse, because Prabhupada called these schools slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse.
Oh my God.
Prabhupada always calls these schools slaughterhouses. No? Prabhupada said they are slaughterhouses. Always Prabhupada says this word. These schools and colleges are slaughterhouses. Just break these buildings. Because I'm personally, I don't like this education. Prabhupada even said, personally, I don't like it. And he has a conversation with Gopal Krishna Maharaj directly. And he himself is doing the project. Gopal Krishna Maharaj is saying, we should get accredited by the government. And they said, no, don't do that. Don't do this. Never do that, actually. And big school where air-conditioned classrooms, and the chief minister has come, and huge 10-acre land, and the fees is in our rupees, it's like 60,000 rupees a month or something like that is a fee structure. And very rich class, they'll do austerity, the brahmachari. I mean, it's a joke. And they have written there, Prabhupada, this is my most important project. Before that, what he said, after nothing. So, because they cannot make it. So it's, because the societies and ideas. So we cannot talk in the language of the society. We cannot compromise for ourselves. So let us do with few people. But, so I have learned this in my last few years. I was discouraged earlier. We had 20 children, then we got again reduced to almost 1, 2, and then parents took them out. Then again 10 to them. I said just follow, and maybe Krishna will send, and then we have to just do. We will not change anything. We will not do. And some unfortunate souls will come. And we have got now 2, 3 who have got nicely trained up, and now even one of them is. This number again becomes makes you compromise.
Yes.
Anyway, that is Krishna also.
So you would also never, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think also that you would never compromise with Prabhupada in this way also, that if you become bigger, let's say, and then maybe you, I don't know, maybe you get help from government or whatever, and then maybe you must compromise with a program in Gurukul or something to have a slaughterhouse program also, mix it with Bhakti Yoga. You would never do like this, I think.
Yeah, like in Dallas, Gurukul was there. So that time it was under the government, because the government, without government you could not run. So, but the government did not have any such restriction. They could run freely as they wanted. But then at some point of time in Dallas, the Prabhupada said we should centralize. Gurukul should be only in one place, and so everyone should send there only the children. Because it is very difficult, so many teachers and this thing too, because this requires a lot of energy and because many problems with this, as we have already seen, so many problems in the Gurukuls, and they don't become good devotees, even after going through this program. It is because proper teachers are not there. I find it because Brahmanas are required. Real Brahmanas who are actually on the platform of mode of goodness, who are relishing Krishna consciousness, they are not in passion, they can teach it. They're teachers. They can pass on that. If they themselves are in passion, ignorance, then they're hitting children because why? They're frustrated, how they can. They are happy, blissful, they're at least on Raganuga, at least they have developed some taste for bhakti. That kind of teachers are must be there. That is
actually, you are right. Only this, actually, yes.
Because of that only this. Such teachers were not there, and but such teachers, so they put on all these people who are already struggling with their senses. So how they will? So they will also so like that.
Yes.
So I'll
Nice.
take leave. So it was very so nice 2 days interacting. So, Haribol.
Yeah, thank you for your lecture and everything, and for your time taking for us. And I see there's nobody who has some other question or no? Okay.
Okay,
So, want to say something more,
or just I just take leave now.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.